don't think so. Rhonda writes, the ones who were innocent, they left alive, the children. You can't tell me there's some big time operation going on and there was people who didn't know about it and they was living in that house. Exactly. If you're grown, of age, teenager on up, they knew what was going on. And we still don't know what really went on. I mean, was it some organized cartel, or was it an inside job? You know, most people are killed by people that they know. Was this someone who was familiar with the operation from Pike County? And they're like, listen, let's hit a lick. Did they double cross, or come across these so-called Mexican drug cartels? Nasty business. Dima writes, I've always been told it makes you feel like you smoke 10 blunts at once. I mean, damn, isn't one blunt enough? I mean, I know Americans are gluttonous, but damn, isn't one blunt enough? 10? Wow. Akeem writes, crack kills, THC heals. Put that on a t-shirt, Akeem. He writes further, when you see black folks all join in on a hookah, looks very crackish, LOL. Yeah, I don't do the hookah stuff either. Brent writes, did you see that video Nick Cannon did on voting, ? I can understand Tariq's frame of mind. I did not see it. I've heard about it. What did I miss, Brent? Real quick. What did I miss? And you said you can understand Tariq's frame of mind. I don't understand it. It's self-defeatism. That's all that is. Smart, dumb cats have defeated themselves, basically. And what is the utility of arming yourself with knowledge if you're not going to go out here and interact socially and politically in your own neighborhoods? What's the utility? So, again, for the folks out there that think that Tariq Nasheed makes any sense whatsoever, and again, I am a man of my word. Okay, I do have his contact information. I will reach out to him. Absolutely. Follow this all the way through. Imagine a world in which no black people voted in this country. Are you going to have more or less representation if no black people voted? None. You do know that when voter turnout is very, very low, and nobody can refute it, these are the facts. When voter turnout is low, more conservatives come out. When voter turnout is low, it reflects more conservative elements of the electorate. Do the more conservative elements of our country reflect your needs as a black man and woman? No, they don't. No, they don't. The issue with voting is that not more people vote. Go look at the numbers. Look at the numbers. They are deplorable. They're hideous. Okay? They're ugly. That's what the real issue is. Period. And what black folks don't understand is that if more black people voted here in the city, you can run it. You can run it. But you got these smart, dumb cats. Your vote don't matter. They're going to put in who they want anyway. It doesn't really work like that, Buster. And didn't we learn from the 2000 election cycle, that when it's close, that's when it's easier to steal an election? Make it a landslide. There's just too many examples. Let's speak in the state of Ohio. There's just too many examples of how there is direct connection between policy and your pocketbook, policy and your neighborhood, policy and your representation for your vote not to matter. It's ridiculous. Tell me. So I'm supposed to watch Hidden Colors 1, 2, 3, and 4 and then do what? Start a bank account? What am I supposed to do with this knowledge? Okay. I've watched them. And they don't make this point because I think it reflects the anti-voting mentality of the creator, Mr. Tariq Nasheed, who, again, is a very intelligent brother. You cannot argue against that. But in most of the video, what you see is the anti-black policies, politics, and how it affected black people in a lot of cases. Come on now, folks. Let's be smart. Oh, my God. Ed writes, post a YouTube channel, Nate. I'll post it. Dude said that I'm either an NIGGA You want them NIGGAs, right? I'm like, okay, bro, you got me. You got me. Let me see if I can find it here very, very quickly. It was ridiculous and preposterous at the same time. But, you know, what can I say? Now, dude didn't come at me on any real intellectual level, like, you know, any of the points that I made. He's just a Tariq Nash fan straight across the board. Basically, he's an apologist. And again, I like the videos. I've learned so much. And there's a lot of smart people in those videos who you got to respect. Tremendous flows. But on this voting thing, man, it's not even up for a debate. And, you know, sometimes you do have to make sure that you block a sucker from getting into office. Yeah. Yeah. If people out there, and I've been reading that Latinos, record numbers getting registered. Why? To stop Donald Trump. I got no problem with that. That means that people on some levels are paying attention to what's happening politically. They're paying attention to what these candidates are actually saying. So you're telling me that if Ted Cruz gets the Republican nomination, the correct thing to do is just to sit at home? Come on, folks. That don't make any sense. Mike writes, speaking as a devil's advocate, I vote, but we've controlled Cincinnati politics forever, but it hasn't gotten us anywhere. Hamilton County is the entity. It seems that would help. Where you go? Just lost your comment there, bro. Right in the middle of it. I'm not sure if you deleted it or what just happened there. But resend it and I'll read it. Reggie writes, Rhonda writes, I believe it was an inside job. White people kill white people every day. And we as people have been brainwashed to believe that it was somebody else because we've been brainwashed to believe that white people don't kill white people. Yeah. They don't call that white on white crime, do they? They will not call what happened in Pike County white on white crime. Let me tell you why. Because it would be damn disrespectful to the memories of the people who were murdered. And it would disrespect the relatives and friends who are alive. However, we become so used to, when you hear black people run around saying, stop the black on black crime. It's ridiculous. There is no such thing. Okay, depending on your race and geography, you're more likely to be killed by somebody who looks just like you that lives next to you. That's just the facts among any race, period. Dale writes, it was somebody they knew because the report says that it wasn't a break-in. And the fact that they left the children unharmed. Yeah, that goes a long way. Hard to argue against it. Listen, I think that Floyd Mayweather is going to fight one more time. And I always believe this. Why would you stop at 49 when you can get to that magical number of 50? Okay. And I think if he gets 50 wins, 50-0, speaking about Floyd Mayweather, I think that he will beat Rocky Marciano's record. If I'm wrong about that, any boxing fans, set me straight. As I believe it right now, they are tied. If I'm wrong, set me straight. Okay. I'm not a boxing aficionado. I don't know all the stats. You know, sports folks get all caught up with the stats, but I think I'm right. But now it's being reported that Team Mayweather has been purchasing trademarks with the number 50 associated, like TBE, the best ever 50, Mayweather 50. What does that tell you? In a recent interview, I believe with Peter Gray, I could be wrong about that, Floyd Mayweather sort of kind of flirts with the idea that he would come back and fight one more time. Get this, folks, for a 9-figure payday. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 digits. That means at least $100 million. Now, you know damn well, if they put 100 mil, 200 mil, 150, $300 million for a fight, Floyd Mayweather's coming back. And there's at least one person in the boxing game who refers to himself as the biggest name in boxing these days, who says he's ready to take on Floyd Mayweather. Check this out.
So right now, Adrian Broner, if you could fight anybody, is anybody you want to fight, besides Floyd Mayweather, who you called out your last fight? Or is Floyd the fight?
It really ain't nobody for me to fight, honestly. It is, but at the end of the day, I can only help them. They really can't help me because, you know, right now, I'm not being boastful or, you know, to my own harm, but I'm the biggest name in boxing right now.
You're very, very popular. There's no question about that. You know, you sold out your event in DC in seconds. Did you know that? That it sold out in record speed? I don't know if they told you.
They don't want to tell me things like that. But it's okay. I heard only that fight only sold out because of Floyd.
But you did call him out afterwards, and that shook the boxing world. That shook the internet. We gotta hurry up and see Badu Jack's fight.
Badu Jack fight. He fight in front of a sold out crowd, right? Because that's Floyd's promotions too, right?
After you called out Floyd, what responses did you get from your celebrity friends and star fighters that you're friends with?
You know, everybody just respect where I come from. You know, I don't take disrespect lightly, and that's just what it was. And we still gotta
either sparring. What did you say? Sparring or
sparring, talking, something, shit, wrestle.
I think a fight with you and him, if it happened, would break records, pay-per-view records. You're a great promoter. He's a great promoter.
It'll definitely be my biggest fight, and it'll definitely be his biggest fight. Point blank, period.
49 people have tried and failed. What would Adrian Broner do different than the other 26 champions that have fought him?
I'd do me.
You never sparred him, right?
Nah. I wanted to. He know that too.
You wanted to spar him. What happened?
Never. He told me, if we spar, I'm going to shut down the gym.
Which means what?
He said, ain't nobody going to see it.
Okay. So, if Mayweather's watching, what do you tell him?
Hit me up.
Personally, I think he's coming back. I think he will return. I think he's going to fight Danny.
I don't care who he fight. If he do it, it'd be a good... I just like watching.
Now, in 1 week from tonight, Canelo Alvarez, Amir Khan, you've been very supportive of Amir the whole way. Amir appreciates it. What do you think now?
A little bit of Adrian Broner. He's stumping for this fight. And I'll be honest with you, as a Cincinnatian, I wouldn't mind seeing that fight. That'd be great. Cincinnati's own Adrian Broner versus Floyd Mayweather. I think Floyd would take him. I think Floyd would take him. I mean, why would you bet against a man that's 49-0? Okay, there's no disrespect to Mr. Broner, but we talking about Floyd Mayweather here. That would be deep. Indications are not, it doesn't look like, again, I'm not super deep, but there's a few sources I go to. It looks like Floyd may have another dude in mind for his 50th bout because, I don't know, if I'm Floyd, you want to make sure whoever you go for 50, you want to make sure you get him because you don't want to be 49-1. Terrible. But that's deep. That's deep. And I can see what Mr. Broner's trying to do. He's stumping for this fight. Why not? And it's almost like a win-win, okay? If he gets the fight, probably be his biggest payday ever. Win or lose against Floyd Mayweather. If he doesn't get the fight, well, Mayweather's running from him. It's a win-win. Brent sent me a clip of the Nick Cannon video. Nick, with some bars. So what was his overall point? That Nick Cannon is anti-voting too? Because the clip I saw, Brent, was very, very short. And you telling me Nick Cannon's a smart, dumb cat too? Come on, Nick. You should know better than that. Don't let these cats confuse you. All right, I want to share another story, right? I want to share, my endeavor is before we end today, I want to share at least 3 stories, all right? 3 personal stories that drive me, towards success, that push me to keep on gunning, keep on pointing in the same direction. Okay, and I shared a story with you earlier, and it was a story of watching a family member actually start a business, and it was magical, very magical. And it's part of the reason that throughout this process that I've shared along the way with my daughter, my son's too young to understand now, but my daughter's 10, and she wants to know what daddy's doing. She's like, what's all this equipment? What's this do? What's that do? So I want to share with her. And as I said before, I am now an internet entrepreneur. Superlative Media LLC, and I've shared with her throughout the entire process and explained to her while I'm doing it. And it's so funny because that's what my uncle did with me. Okay, so I want to transfer that energy to her. The second thing that propels me is when I was in college. Okay, when you go to college, for any young folks who are listening, if you've got children who are about to go to college. Going to college is not just about going to class. It's not just about going to class. It's about making meaningful relationships. Okay. And I had this in my head, even as a younger G.